Hello and welcome to another episode of my Facts and Glitches series, where I showcase some more of what I've learned about GTA 5 in my over 11,000 hours of speedrunning the game and from my awesome viewers. In the GTA Online mission Strong Arm Tactics, where we're helping Agatha with the casino, for some reason the voices for Tao Cheng and his translator are switched.
We are meeting Avery and Dalton Duggan, Texan investors. They have been trying to buy the casino.
混战，他们精干在太岁头上动土。
Mr. Cheng laments their methods. They have been very aggressive.
That's how we roll, bitches!
Mr. Cheng is very excited. It is very important meeting.
Yeah!
You can transform Trevor into a hideous freak of nature by blowing him up just as you start the mission Fame or Shame. While you will spawn initially invisible, the fun starts when you leave the mission, switch to Franklin, and then switch back. As I've showed another way to do this once before, I won't dwell on it too long, but it is still really horrific. There is a new infinite money glitch.
Shit, homie, you gonna drop all that bread on that gear, you might as well get a haircut too.
It abuses the fact that on long stretch, if you have less than $1,500, Lamar will give you enough money so you have exactly $1,500.
What's up, man?
Firing range is in the back, and all our weapons are customizable.
Oh, hell yeah. Ooh, homie, get the shotty with the flashlight on.
Hey, you got cash?
Oh, you flat, homie? I would think you was fiending, but ain't no fiends that fat. Take this cheese, you old broke-ass bitch.
Once you are given the money, if you get the cops and then lose them, this will cause the opening cutscene to replay when you enter ammunition.
Firing range is in the back, and all our weapons are customizable.
Oh, hell yeah.
The trick is that if you put all your money into stocks before you go in again, Lamar will give you whatever amount of money is needed so you have $1,500 again.
Hey, listen up. I want to be crystal fucking clear. Nothing he buying got anything to do with us.
So you can repeatedly get money from Lamar, get and lose the cops, put the money into stocks, play the cutscene, get money again, and so on. As you can effectively buy unlimited stocks and sell them all later, you in effect have unlimited money, you just receive it at around $1,500 at a time. Obviously this isn't really an efficient way to get money, but it is kind of funny.
Take this cheese, you old broke-ass bitch.
On rare occasions, some police helicopters will drop to the ground to drop off 4 to 6 noose reinforcements. If you shoot the tail of the helicopter after the drop-off, it will somewhat glitch out. More interestingly, the pilot will appear alive regardless of how much he is shot until the helicopter explodes. The nano drone from the Arcade Laptop's drone station can be used to lose the cops while standing right next to them. The cops will switch targets from you to the drone, and you will lose the cops even if you don't get the drone out of their sights. Your FPS determines how far you ragdoll. Obviously this is much more relevant in single player when you can ragdoll on command. Here is 120 FPS, and here is 60 FPS. While this difference may not seem particularly significant, it is still used in speedruns on the mission prologue to activate the trigger to leave the vault faster.
What's the holdup? Coming out, B! Give it up! I got him!
The height of a ladder launch, performed by holding sprint, pressing up on a ladder, and then quickly pressing down, is usually determined by your FPS. Here you can see 60 FPS giving a very limited launch, but here with 120 FPS it gives a much greater one. However, it turns out that if you hold the character swap button, you will always get a huge launch regardless of your FPS. If you want to try this for yourself, do keep in mind that for some ladders you have to run onto them and very quickly perform the glitch. Only a few like this one allow you to sit on the ladder and perform it. When you attempt to move too far outside of the map, your vehicle will stop functioning and a shark will be spawned to kill you. Surprisingly, this shark will only attack you when your character is not facing it. As you can see here, the second it is behind Franklin's back, it goes in for the kill. Keeping the shark visible on your screen is insufficient to stop it killing you, as it can still get behind your character's back. If however you constantly face the shark, which is easiest in first person, it will never kill you. I don't think this can really help you get back to shore, but it is interesting nonetheless. Outside of a few missions, thermal vision is not available in GTA 5, but you can transfer it over from GTA Online.
Hey bud, what you do? Nothing.
Simply activating thermal goggles and disconnecting your internet causes you to be kicked to GTA 5 with the effects still applied. Once in single player, you can even die and still keep the effects.
This is the best, worst trip ever. I need to stick to math.
However, if you mission fail or complete a mission or some activities, it will remove the effects. On the mission cleaning out the bureau, after you scope out the janitor's car, if you drive slightly forward and press F, Michael will pop out of his seat and be phased into the vehicle.
That's the one. You know the drill. Couple of car lengths.
This is obviously not a huge glitch, but an interesting small oversight. On Franklin's side mission Paparazzo, where we take photos for Beverly, Miranda and her driver are invincible.
Oh my god, it's Miranda! Miranda, I love you, Miranda! Come on! Hit the gas, man! They're still on us!
In GTA Online, you can break the so-called sleeping guard random event by tasing the drunk NPC.
What the hell? My friends in the Midwest hear this.
Perhaps the oldest so-called money exploit in GTA 5 is that you can steal a security van from one of the random events that have them, and then use the vehicle repairing feature of Michael's garage to continuously destroy and repair it for the money that drops when it explodes. In GTA Online, if you go into first person in a helicopter, then pause and go to the Friends tab, it can sometimes spawn in the default GTA Online character model, although only you will be able to see it. Surprisingly, you can actually even do this multiple times. I have absolutely no idea what's going on here. Job warping is the process of starting a job from the map in order to warp to its location. While once the method to do this was fast and easy to do, a recent patch put a stop to this, meaning you just respawn back at the location you started in. To replace the easy method, there are now 5 less efficient, less useful ways to job warp, which I will now cover in this video. Keep in mind that it is still the case that if you want jobs to appear on the map during setup missions, you still need to start a search for a random job and then cancel it before beginning the mission. To begin the first way to do a job warp, simply pick a job on the map in the location that you want to go. You then just hit Alt F4, but wait 30 seconds before saying you don't want to quit. If you reject this prompt too soon, it will not work, and you can usually hear a change in the audio, often your character's feet, to know when to say no. The second way to job warp is to navigate to your bookmarked jobs and select the job from this menu to warp to. You then just spam to cancel the job and accept the resulting prompts. While this does have some similarities to the old job warps, the main downside is that you can only use bookmarked jobs and you can't use this method during setup missions, making it far less useful. I mean, the jobs menu is literally inaccessible while you're in missions, so you just can't use it. The third way to job warp requires you to select a soloable job where you start by selecting a vehicle. You then just progress into the job until you can select your vehicle, then cancel the job. While you do reach your destination, obviously those things being necessary are quite annoying, and this too cannot be used during missions as it puts you in a new lobby which cancels your setups. The fourth method to job warp is perfect, it's fast and can be used in missions. Of course there has to be a catch, it requires you to have a friend that invites you to the specific job you want to warp to. Once you accept the job invite, you just spam cancel and accept the prompt. So it's essentially just like the old job warping, but you personally can't select the job, someone else has to do it for you. The last method to job warp is a bit weird, as it requires you to have a friend online with a different targeting mode than yourself. With this person online, you can choose the job you want to warp to, then select to join their game from the social club menu. You then accept the prompt to join a new session, but then hit no, you don't want to join a session with a different targeting mode. This method too is quick and can be used in missions, but you do have to coordinate with another person so you can do it. In speedruns of GTA 5, Franklin's special ability by far saves the most time of all three special abilities, and this is only because of particular choices that Rockstar made when implementing it. Of particular significance was the choice to make it so that Franklin's power regenerates whenever you drive a car at or above 90% of its top speed. Although, as with all special abilities, it can only refill when your power is off. As Franklin's special ability for multiple reasons helps him go faster, turning his power on and off continuously refills his ability. This means you can use Franklin's power on every turn or whenever you want speed without worrying about running out of his ability. In the speedrun, of course we're concerned about the slowing down time effect of Franklin's ability, so the goal is to get the maximum benefit out of it while being in the actual effect as little as possible. I have honestly always wondered if this usage was intentional, if Rockstar foresaw this tapping on and off utility. Fully using the power as a casual player might is significantly more dull by comparison, but it will result in you actually running out of the ability after a handful of turns. So that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you have anything that you think would be of interest to this series, feel free to add it to my Discord. I hope you're all doing well.